anger, self-doubt, and before you knew it, you were searching for an escape route. Maybe it was a drink, or it was Netflix, or it was diving into work so you wouldn't have to deal with it. But here's the thing, that escape doesn't really free you. It just pauses the conflict, like hitting snooze on an alarm. The conflict doesn't end, it stays, waiting for you to return. And that's the real problem, isn't it? The conflict does not lie in the jealousy, the frustration, or the doubt itself, but in our constant need to define ourselves against them. We create an image version of who we think we should be, and then fight endlessly against these negative emotions that don't match our projection of self. But trying to define yourself, or create a specific image of yourself, is like trying to bite your own tongue. The harder you try, the more painful it gets, leaving you exhausted and stuck without energy in an endless loop. So instead of chasing an image of myself, what if we let it go? What happens when we stop fighting ourselves? Imagine facing the so-called negative sides of who you are, not as enemies to control or escape, but as something to understand. Here's the truth. These deep negative emotions in you that frustrate you the most aren't working against you. They're mirrors, reflecting back the areas where you need to observe profoundly without comparisons and judgments. Let's take anger as an example. You feel it rising, hot and unstoppable, but then judgment and resistance step in. I shouldn't feel this way. I must not be angry. Now, instead of simply feeling that anger, you're getting angry about being angry, trying to figure out, why am I getting angry again? It is a tug-of-war, and the rope burns every time you pull. Attachment works the same way. Is it really part of love, or is it born from fear? If I'm jealous, is that love, or is it because I am clinging? I am afraid of losing what I think is mine. These emotions, when resisted, don't disappear. They grow stronger deep inside. But let's take a moment to question the battle itself. Opposites like good and bad, calm and chaos, do they exist outside our minds, or are they ideas we create to make sense of what we don't fully understand? Day and night exist in nature, yes. But psychologically, is anger truly the opposite of calm, or are they two sides of the same coin? Now, instead of fighting anger or trying to suppress it, we simply need to observe it. Not as good or bad, but as it is. Like listening to the wind, not trying to shape it, not analyzing its direction, just hearing it. In that stillness, something changes.